start again fully, right? Hey, it's Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by
Dan Brooklyn from the ever debaucherous streets of Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Brilliant. So, how pleased are you with the responses to your recently released album, The Great Beast?
The response has been pretty good, honestly. Most of the reviews that I've got are really good. And I'm honestly quite overwhelmed and surprised by uh, how much people have taken a liking to the album this far. And of course, you know, this is very fresh. This is very new for me. I mean, I've released albums before, but always as a drummer
Mhm.
for different bands. So this is my first uh, own newborn child, so to speak.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've been really pleased with the response this far, and I can't wait for more reviews and responses to come in, and I can't wait to play this live. Honestly,
yeah. That's what I was going to come to a bit later on about playing live. But I'm going to ask you then about Crowley. He was a fascinating person. When did you
sure he
first
was.
become interested in Crowley and the Left Hand Path?
Um, that's a very good question. As Crowley kind of showed up in multiple aspects of my life. I've been into heavy music since I was a little kid.
Mm,
And of course there's Ozzy Osbourne with Mr. Crowley, and he kind of pops up everywhere in heavy music, whether it
uh,
is Led Zeppelin, I think it was Led Zeppelin 3 from the top of my head that has to do with that will, the inscription in the
yeah.
vinyl. So it already starts there, but it's David Bowie, Marilyn Manson, Cradle of Filth, Behemoth, Dimmu Borgir. This shows up everywhere, and
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't really realize that until I started studying metal music. Here in the Netherlands, you can actually study music as metal music as a degree.
Yeah.
So I did that, and studied, dove into the history of the genre, and
Mm,
realized how much of an impact he has had on metal as we know it today.
mhm.
And then I also had the interest in occultism, esotericism since I was a little child. And of course, when you dive into that, he will pop up as well sooner or later. And his influence, especially on Western esotericism, is undeniable. He's one of the biggest names out there. Whether you are into, like you mentioned, the left hand path or not, his influence is undeniable. So he basically popped up in both of these interests, and initially I wanted to do one song, one Crowley song, and I soon discovered that is nearly impossible because you could fill an entire discography
Yeah.
with this man, his teachings and his view on life. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Those two camps.
Awesome. So of course I love your version of Mr. Crowley. What's the
Thank you.
response? What's the response been like? Have you had some haters or people being mainly supportive of it?
People have been mainly supportive of it. I was hesitant whether I wanted to do it because it has been done a lot of times.
Mhm.
Cradle of Filth has done a version.
Yeah.
A Moonspell has done a version. I think Alexei Leho was playing on this version. Um, so it has been covered quite
Yeah.
a few times. But I thought to myself, I cannot do this Crowley themed album without paying homage to
Yeah.
that song. So I thought to myself, as long as I make a version that stands out on its own, and is really different from what has been done before.
Yeah.
I think people will like it, and people have liked it. Yeah, that's some of them are really surprised because it's a lot faster
Mhm.
than the original.
Yeah.
I also felt sorry for Caleb, my guitarist, because he had to play all of the Randy Rhoads solos so much faster than the
Yeah.
original version. So it was killing his fingers, but he did a great job. And yeah, people kind of have to get used to it because it is so much faster. But
Mhm.
the response has been great. So yeah.
Brilliant. Also, love the fact that you released Mr. Crowley on what would have been Randy Rhoads' 66th birthday. How important was that for you to do that?
Um, in all honesty, that was kind of a coincidence.
Was it right? Okay. One
Because
of his
because
favorites. Yeah.
yeah, well, it's honestly, I because the reason I wanted to release last year is because
Mm.
of Crowley's 75th death day anniversary. He passed away in 1947.
Mhm.
Last year was 2022, so that makes 75 years since
Yeah.
Crowley's passing. So the album was released digitally on his death day on December 1st,
Uh,
and we were kind of figuring out like, okay, what are cool
mm.
dates to do the singles and the music video on the lead single was released on his birthday,
Mm.
October 12th. And I was like, so okay, we have this Crowley, uh, this Mr. Crowley cover, and December 1st is Crowley's death day.
Mhm.
December 3rd is Ozzy Osbourne's birthday,
Right.
and then December 3rd is Randy Rhoads' birthday. So I was like,
Uh,
okay, why don't we do the single on Ozzy's birthday, and then we'll do the video
mhm.
on Randy Rhoads' his birthday, and yeah, that's kind of weird. Honestly a complete coincidence,
It
but
is.
it was it was a cool coincidence, and
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to do it like that, and yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the story.
Brilliant. Okay. So, what formats is the album released on? I mean, is it actually on vinyl as well?
No, no, we are absolutely planning on doing
Good.
a physical
Yeah.
release, just because I'm very much into that, and it, uh, it needs to be done. It's an album like this. I have a ton of artwork,
Yeah.
um, and it will be released physically without a doubt. The reason we did it digitally um, is because we are working very hard on live shows right now.
Mm.
Um, but I didn't want to do a physical release without having a live show ready to
Yeah.
support it. So we
Yeah.
are behind the scenes. We are working very hard on that,
Hmm.
and I can for sure say that there will be a physical release later this year.
Right.
But the live show needs to be ready first. But
Cool.
it will definitely be out on CD, and yeah, it has to come out on vinyl as well at some
Yeah, it's
point.
got to be on
But
vinyl, man. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Get
absolutely,
it on
I
vinyl.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
Also, because the artwork deserves to be on vinyl, doesn't it? That sort of artwork, definitely.
thank you. Yeah, I feel the same. We had a wonderful model, Amber Karis Bassick is her name, and she did
Uh-huh.
an outstanding job. She's the girl in the video as well, the video for the Mass of the Phoenix,
Yeah.
and she is a big part of the artwork, portraying a
Hmm.
role as the Scarlet Woman, kind of.
Yeah.
So she definitely deserves to be on vinyl. I totally agree with you. Yeah, it will
Absolutely.
happen.
Yeah, cool. So you're talking about going out on the road with the album. How soon are you hopeful to do that? And are the plans to try and get over to the UK?
Well, hopefully, I would love that. Because the UK definitely is a market I think that would appreciate this kind of music. You know, so when I think of the UK music scene, I think of uh, you know, gothy metal like this. I think a lot of people over there would absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I definitely plan on coming there.
Right.
I'm working closely with a booker, and he basically told me that festivals this summer will already be hard because there's just
Yeah.
a lot of competing bands, you know, that are already uh, you know, are already further in their careers. So this is a
Yeah.
super fresh project. So he told me, you know, obviously we will try, but he said, okay, for the summer, festivals will be tricky.
Mm.
But so we are aiming to get the show on the road in the fall
Right.
this year for sure. Maybe do some warm up shows during the summer.
Hmm.
Um, and we would love to come to the UK. Absolutely, I think you know, Western Europe and the UK will be the first markets that we will aim on, and then the rest will follow. So yeah, that is our priority. Absolutely.
Brilliant. And when you do go out on the road, are you planning to do like live streaming feeds of your shows or anything like that?
Um, I've toured with Dragon Force in the past,
Right.
and they were big on the streaming. You know, Herman Lee was he was carrying this backpack every night with like GoPros on it and like
Yeah.
streaming the show and like doing POVs of the guitar playing and stuff like that. I think that could work. So we
Yeah.
are definitely working on this big over the top live show because this kind of music deserves that. There's
Hmm.
one way to do it, and it's go big or go home.
Yeah.
So I think there would definitely be a place for streaming in there.
Brilliant.
I think one of the first shows that we will do is we will professionally, you know, do a pro shot
Hmm.
um, video of that show and make it into, you know, live videos or stuff like that. I think there's definitely room for live streaming. Absolutely.
Brilliant. So you said you're involved. Are you still involved with other bands playing drums at the moment then?
Yes, yes. I'm still playing drums for Euthanasia.
Right.
It's Caleb Bingham's band. Caleb uh, played guitar for Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
He is credited on the first two Five Finger Death Punch albums
Uh-huh.
as a writer, and they went their own ways. Caleb started his own band, Euthanasia, and he in 2020 he asked me to join Euthanasia on tour
Uh-huh.
on drums in support of Dragon Force. So that's how Caleb and I met,
Right.
and we quickly became really good friends. We have this. We're both big history buffs, and we're
Mm.
both into spirituality and
Yeah.
history and stuff like that. So when I approached him for this album,
Hmm.
because it was basically him and I, we produced this, we played on this, the both two of us. It was really the two of us on this
Yeah.
record. So I'm definitely in Euthanasia, and hopefully we will play some shows with them as well.
Okay.
Currently I'm also playing in a band called Dead Crows, which is more you know, like a traditional heavy metal kind of like
Yeah.
Motorhead
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely grateful to have Caleb in my life. Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. So this album wouldn't have been here without his help. So
Cool.
I definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, then. So, if there was a heavy metal song about yourself, what would it be called?
That is a very good question. Um, let's what would it be called? Um, damn, it's a good one. I have to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
I think it would have this over the top title, like something like extravagant blonde loose cannon or something, or maybe just dude looks like a lady. I don't know, something like that.
That's excellent, man. Okay, so can you give me 4 words then to describe the great beast?
4 words.
Yeah, 4 words to describe the great
Four
beast.
words too. I would say sultry, satanic, sex magic music. If sex magic is one word, I
Cool,
would say that.
cool. All right, now it's just like 5 fast questions. Yeah. So the first one is favorite band.
Rammstein,
Yeah,
absolutely.
cool. Favorite singer.
Oh, Alice Cooper.
Cool. Favorite drink.
I have to go with Pina Colada. That is not
Yeah.
metal, but it's definitely
No, I like a pina colada.
definitely
One of
one of my
my,
my
yeah,
favorites.
yeah, absolutely. Favorite album.
Oh my. I'm gonna have to go with Rammstein's Mutter, I think. Mutter.
Oh, brilliant. And your biggest inspiration.
Oh my. Yeah, I hate to repeat myself, but that would both be Alice Cooper and Rammstein as well. I mean, from you know growing up, those were uh, those were my main idols, and I think
Right.
you can hear their influences on this album as
You see that this is
well. So
Frozen.
repeat myself, but those are the
It's
two.
Frozen.
Oh, we're Frozen, yeah.
All right, man. Okay. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Well, it's, obviously, thank you so much for your
Back.
undying support. Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yeah, thank you for your undying support. I mean, we have just started this journey, and response has already been really, really good. And I just can't wait what the future holds for this project. And I can't wait to bring all these bizarre stage antics to stages all over the world. So keep an eye out, stay tuned, and thank you so much.
Cool, man. Right. Thank you so much for your time. I'll get this on the net hopefully today. Have a happy new year. And hopefully we'll catch you over here or I did go to Belgium a lot before the lockdown, but yeah, hopefully catch you over there, man. Take care.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right,
you
have
so
a good
much for your
day.
time.
Bye, man. Cheers. See you
Bye
later.
bye.
Bye.
Mr. Crowley, what's went on in your